with Jeffrey Epstein?
Epstein.
Whatever the
That entire story still doesn't make any sense to me.
It's not. It's never gonna make sense.
I just let it go.
Yeah, it's never gonna make sense.
What do you mean? Like he
it's insane.
was running a
I don't know what he
pedophile
do.
ring?
What does he do?
He had a giant yacht, multi-million-dollar yacht, and then he would take celebrities to get massages by underage girls. But people always say like massages, like he ran a massage parlor and that yacht. It was a sex ring. Like it was just a sex ring.
Yacht?
It was like a yacht. It was like a private island or a yacht or like a plane, whatever the fuck they were at.
It's like everyone fucking knows this guy though. Like,
Yeah, because
No, it was a private island. He was flying people out to this island called Little St. James.
There we go.
And it was ran by like he had like girls like coming in and out of the island and stuff, and they're all like underage.
Were they slaves?
They were sex slaves, pretty much.
Yeah, he would like, he paid for them, right? But I mean, they're like underage. It is like
They're aware of what they're doing and all that shit.
yeah, but they didn't really want it. I mean, they kind of got like once you're in, you can't really leave because this dude was so powerful.
Yeah.
And this dude had everyone under his thumb. He had a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress in his house. This posted up on his mantle. There was a flight log for like people going into it, and there's like a ton of celebrities.
Yeah, I heard about this thing.
Yeah. You probably heard like Bill Clinton had flown there like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. It's Bill fucking Clinton.
This is like, but there's a bunch of celebrities. Yeah. There's princes. There was like, I mean, no wonder this dude ended up dead because like he had everybody like exposed.
Yeah, once he got arrested, man, like his life was on timer.
Well, he got arrested once back in like 2004
Yeah.
or earlier, and then
Right.
he got off of that, and then after that, then the second time was when when they finally they're like, no, you're not getting out of this one, pal. And then that's when he was gonna have to testify and stuff. That's when he ended up dead.
And it was funny though, that his death, like, it's obvious they killed him.
Oh yeah, no, that was not a suicide. That's
Yeah.
what. That's
I
why
like how
Jeffrey
everyone
Epstein
just
didn't kill
agreed.
himself.
Like, no, he was.
But
definitely-
that's the funny thing about it. It just like
Can't do anything about it.
not that. It just like people. Yeah, the Jordan said people know
Yeah,
someone
no,
killed
it's
him.
fact.
But like,
Yeah, he
well,
got murdered.
here's the issue: we don't know who did it, and they're definitely never gonna get reveal themselves. So it's
Because the story.
kind of like the JFK thing. JFK was obviously assassinated by the government.
Magneto did.
I have a theory. I saw a theory the other day that had me dying about the JFK
Is it the
assassination.
magic bullet thing?
No, it's not the magic bullet. The magic bullet is rubbish, as I would say. But it's the fact that apparently some expert, back when the assassination happened, got called in to review the footage and see what happened. And he determined that the first bullet hit him like non-lethally, like in the shoulder or something. And then a CIA agent, in panic, took out his gun, dropped it, and that's the bullet that killed JFK. Okay. And it was like an accidental shooting by the CIA, right? And like I don't know how I feel about this theory, but it made me laugh because I love the idea of like a CIA agent just going like, oh fuck, they shot the president, dropping his gun and killing the fucking president.
That's not how it works.
Like it misfired.
Like the gun hit something because he dropped it in like the car or whatever, or he like pulled the trigger prematurely because he was freaked out and like fucking killed JFK, just blew his fucking brains out.
That's so funny.
and so, but the one of the pieces of evidence that supported is like the cover up was so immense, because these are the people that you pay to protect the president. And so like an accidental misfire that killed the president from one of your CIA or Secret Service agents.
That is the most
Awful press. Awful press.
Dude, if that is the truth,
Yeah.
that would be the best. That is the most American thing that's
telling
ever
you.
happened.
Magneto did it in X-Men Universe movies. Magneto
Shut
did
up,
it.
dude.
No, he just tried. He killed him. Mutant and proud.
And so my favorite part about that theory that I just said is that the next day, Lyndon B. Johnson, the guy that took over after JFK, was like, get the Secret Service the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with them. I'm fine by myself. I can protect myself. So like the president after JFK was just like, fuck that.
Did we really not know what happened?
No, it's it's literally as the government, and like in the government file, it's classified as conspiracy. So like someone conspired to kill JFK, and within the government, they just didn't find out who.
Was it like plausible they got everyone in that like radius, and like since now? like talk to everyone? Like
There's one lady that was holding a photography camera that never talked to. She was like a Russian lady, like not Russian, but she was like foreign. And she had a photography camera, and she took a picture. They never found her. Never found the picture.
like some random guy they saw in that scene, but that moment, and like
Yeah.
talk to that person.
They try to hunt down everybody. I think there's like a couple of people that they didn't talk to, but I think they talked to most people. But I really want the CIA, the Secret Service theory to be true, because could you imagine being that guy?
all these like films and books and stuff, and then just some guy just made a mistake.
Yeah, and isn't that just like a great metaphor for like America in general?
There's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's just a misfire blowing the president's head off and do this year-long cover up and stuff.
It's like,
And it's just
you remember the Tic Tac UFO? Someone made a great point. It was funny, but what if it's like a fly on the lens?
like a little speck on the lens.
It was like lint.
Dude,
all of this like conspiracy is going on. Like,
I love it.
the best like joke about JFK though I ever said was like on a Family Guy, where it was like instead of like JFK, it's Mayor McCheese, and like he gets his head blown off, and it's like hamburger stuff falling out, and then his like what was the wife's name?
Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie Kennedy starts eating it.
Oh God,
wasn't a big hamburger head guy?
Yeah.
Was that Family Guy?
Theme song.
Thanks for the cut.
Yeah.
What?
I did for a while. I was like, I think we're live, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do.
Oh
the
yeah,
theme
no,
song.
we've been recording the whole bit.
Yeah.
It's been like
How
6
long?
minutes. 6 minutes.
This whole time we're
this
talking
whole
about
time.
dead president.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Drunken Ship. I am here with my co-host Crockett.
We in the trenches.
Stop. And Tay Infinite.
Huh?
What the dog doing?
What?
I was doing the intro, and the way that I looked at you was like, I'm here with my co-host Infinite. You just took the biggest
I'm trying to
gulp
hurry
of Red Bull.
up.
You know what I hate? You know what I freaking hate? When I'm like, dude, this happens to me all the time, but maybe it's because I eat like a monster, but I will take the biggest bite of something and someone will ask me a question and I'm like sitting there, I'm just like, gotta get through this, gotta answer. Or, dude, I think waiters do it on purpose, but they'll come up to you. Dude, you'll take the biggest bite, and a waiter will come, how's that food? And you're like, and you gotta like come, it's like running out the side of your mouth.
You let it SpongeBob face like. There have to be plenty of times with waiters. I like this. I love that.
Yeah, I just look at him and just go, doing great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, I'm choking on meat.
Really good.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Drunken Ship. I think it's episode like 58 or something.
50, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I've been doing it for a good minute. It's the first time in a while that we've been in the studio because life sucks and everything about it is exhausting.
Very.
Back in the studio, back in the trenches.
Back in the studio, back in the trenches, China #1. It's just Croc has been playing a lot of Battlefield.
I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
Hell yeah.
I had to break off. I'd be like, all right, we got to take it back a little bit. That beta ain't coming out too soon, so.
Nice.
We probably get it around September-ish.
I think it is.
I think Microsoft will get it first. Xbox will get it first. And,
I think. Well, if you have the
EA Access.
Well, if you have it pre-ordered, you get it like a couple of days early.
Nice.
Definitely gonna have to do that.
No, I haven't been playing crap lately. I just been watching YouTube.
Yeah, just
What have
being
you been
awake.
watching? What do you watch at night?
What I watch at night?
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of, even though I don't watch it no more. I like looking at like One Piece lore.
Same. I don't watch One Piece, but I love all the videos about it.
Yeah.
It's like they're not under.
You too?
I'm so interested in One Piece, but I refuse to watch.
I used to
1,000
read
episodes.
it in high school, but I stopped.
Yeah.
I know it to a certain point, but I just keep up with it. I don't read the manga, watch episodes. I just keep up with it.
That's insane. Like, is there any like American media that's like that where it's just I guess like The Simpsons is our One Piece.
The Simpsons.
The
yeah.
Simpsons is American One Piece.
Which is
Wait, man.
It's just
like
it's just been
length.
going
One
for
Piece
like
got at least
20 years.
He just said Oda, that's the writer. He got at least 5 more years left. which I believe in
Probably,
this
yeah, to like live.
My man's been writing that shit since like 1990.
And a scare, he always gets sick.
Yeah,
And I always made this fucked up, but he's probably gonna like
probably gonna bite it before he
finish
finishes.
the story. I always thought about that.
He's probably left a note somewhere.
Didn't that happen? That happened to Berserk, right? Or did Berserk ever finish? I'm never 100% sure.
That happened recently, right? Was the guy that writer died, right?
Yeah, the writer for Berserker died, but he didn't finish the story. He was still working on like another release. Like there was another project related to Berserker that he was working on.
What about
I think so.
Hunter x Hunter?
Hunter, the guy is very sick.
Very sick.
He's on hiatus because he's very sick.
Yeah.
You know who he's married to?
I do know, but I don't remember.
It's the who wrote Full Metal Alchemist. The woman.
Dude.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah. That's a power couple.
Yeah, that writer, she's responsible for my favorite anime of all time.
I mean, we were watching it lately, Brotherhood.
So good.
Fantastic.
I've
show.
also been rewatching, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a Monculus tattoo to combat your tattoo.
Yeah, I rewatched it.
That's a nice. You know what? That you picked a good color for your like skin color and stuff. That's good.
I literally sampled the red from.
That's not
from the
Homunculus,
show.
is it?
No, this is the coat of arms that's in Edward's jacket.
Homunculus, the dragon tattoo thing.
The
triangle.
Uroboros, the one that's eating its own tail.
What is it? Ouroboros or something?
Uroboros.
I used to in high school. I used to draw Royal Mustangs transmission
flame
circle on the desk.
I wanted to get that tattooed, but it's too thin to get it tattooed on my hand. It would lose a lot of detail.
There's also a lot of tattoo artists that want to do the top of your hands.
Yeah, apparently it fucking sucks.
I was like,
Well, I mean, it's just like you gotta. I have like a thing about like getting tattoos like underneath your arm and stuff like that. I like unless you're confident of like what you're doing in life or something. Do not get anything past your elbow, or on your face. Anything that you can't just hide.
Just put a little makeup on.
I never understood it when people like these rappers and all these people getting tattoos like on their face. Like, you ever think about when you turn 75?
No, because it's like it's a trend. That's a weird thing about it. You're doing something permanent. It's like a trend.
Takeshi 69.
That's the first person I thought of.
When he's 69,
He gonna look stupid.
it's this fucking saggy 69 on his face.
69 more like S5 or some shit. So he looks stupid on his face. He's irrelevant right now.
Yeah, isn't he in prison? No, he got released.
He got released like last year.
Yeah.
You don't have tattoos.
No.
Why
You
not?
want some?
And every birthday for the past 5 years, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Never get it.
Never do it.
Do
Why
it.
not?
Let's
I
go
don't know.
together.
I just never do it.
Let's go find you a good artist and get you tatted up.
I want a Godzilla's kanji somewhere, and I want Omnimon symbols on my.
I need to talk to your tattoo artist because I want to get another tattoo.
I was actually I was going to go book another tattoo appointment, and apparently
Since you
she's
booked
not.
for like 6 months.
Well, she's not doing them right now. She's been doing one-offs. You can get a one-off if you want. Those are pretty easy to get. Those are like her designs, and then you go in, you pick a time. You have to do it fast though because you have to pick it off a thing that other people can pick from.
A booklet.
Well, no, it's like she'll put up like 5 designs, and then you have to claim that design before someone else does.
They're
and
called
then you have
flash tattoos.
to, flash tattoos.
Wait, you can't get another tattoo someone else has?
No, so they design like a sheet of tattoos, and then like they say there's 6 options, and she puts it up on their Instagram, and the first people that book those 6 tattoos are the only people that get that tattoo.
Oh, I get you saying.
Yeah.
This the Godzilla people, right? The two that used to do Godzilla.
Oh, she did the Godzilla tattoo on the. She's done 2 of them now, actually.
I've been to this place with you guys before. That house looking place.
It's not the house anymore. That was at Canvas Tattoo. She has her own shop now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
I think it's Iron Ghost. Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to you.
There you
So-
go, Alex.
yeah,
That's-
Alex, yeah.
I follow him on Instagram, I believe.
If you guys are in the Charlotte area and you guys want a tattoo, hit up Alex. She's great.
You guys have been going there for years.
I haven't been in a while. I mean, I haven't got any new tattoo. I haven't had a new tattoo in a long time.
I remember when we were at I, you got like 3 tattoos in like 3 months.
I mean, when you get a tattoo, it's addictive. It's like you want to get another one.
Everyone
after.
says that.
It is, yeah. You get one and you're like, I gotta get more.
I don't think I'm gonna go that far. I'll probably get 3 max. That's it.
Yeah.
I've got this one tattoo, and let me tell you, for like a hot minute, I've been like craving like 5 more.
I do want a tattoo, but I just never go out there and get it. But I do want one.
I mean, it's a commitment. You gotta because you have to set up you have to put a down payment down because they're like it's gonna
Hold it off the schedule for it.
You have to put a down payment, so you can't just run out on it, and then you have to set up in a schedule. Because a lot of these tattoo artists, if they're good enough, I mean, they're booked out like months in advance.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out like a month in advance, or probably 3 or 4 months. I've had to do like 3 months out before, and then you go in and get tatted up and stuff. But you also, you have to take care of it. Like, you have to stay out of the sun and stuff. Like, you have to wear, like, I know if you really want to, protect your tattoos and stuff, you have to wear like a good FPS sunblock too. You can't just like let it like fade out.
How do you shower? Like put a bag over or something?
Yeah, you gotta like, or
Plain
like
wrap.
keep it out of the water. I use like this, what is it called?
Plastic wrap?
It's not plastic wrap. There's so the tattoo artist will give you the wrap first, or I bought a big bag of it.
Yeah.
And it makes it heal faster.
Gotcha.
I think it's
Probably got some antibiotic shit on it.
Yeah, it's like a $25 for like a roll of it.
Keeps it
but
sanitized and stuff.
Yeah, it keeps it like super. I am completely blanking on the name. I haven't had it used in a while, but it's really good stuff. But most people, you just like, just keep it wrapped up in something, or
some
for the
lotion
first
in
3
it.
days.
Keep it going.
How long that was? Like a week?
My tattoo, it depends on the tattoo. The bigger it is, the longer it takes to heal. Just because it's like literally like abrasing your skin. It's like literally stabbing it. So
It goes.
this one took like 4 days to heal.
Oh, dang.
It'll go in deep. Like if depending on like the needle size that they're using and stuff, the style in which they want to do it. That's how many layers of skin it's puncturing, and like if it's pretty deep in there, it's going to it'll take a little bit while. Though the freakiest part though is like you'll start, if you don't know this, like you'll freak out at first that like your tattoo will start like healing and it will start flaking out, where the skin is like trying to rebuild itself, but it's pushing out the old dead skin. So it'll start looking like
Infected.
crap. Yeah, for like
I've
a
seen
week.
these before.
It looks
No,
like your tattoo's
not
falling.
infected.
It looks like your tattoo's falling off of your skin because it's like cracking where the ink went in. Because it's like literally destroying the dermis.
This is probably a dumb question. Is there like copyright with tattoos?
Yeah.
If I put like a DC logo on my tattoo,
Oh,
on
I
my
mean-
chest, what would happen?
Those are probably fine, but if you're stealing an artist like artwork and having a tattoo artist, some tattoo artists just won't do them because they're like, that's someone else's art.
So like some fan art I saw on Twitter and bit on my body, that's copyrighted.
Unless like the tattoo artist wants to like kind of do it in their style or something.
They're probably, yeah. If it's art that, sometimes you can get away with like designing your own tattoo, but 9 times out of 10, like you talk to the tattoo artist and they design the tattoo for you. And the whole process is like they build it from start to finish just to avoid any issues.
We know a tattoo artist,
Yeah.
Alyssa.
Yeah, Alyssa.
She does
yeah.
anime tattoos.
She does tattoo. She's pretty killer. She's the one that tattooed me.
Oh, really?
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
No, we should get her on the show. We should,
Bring
hit her up.
Yeah. Anyway, tattoos are fire. Tattoos
Yeah.
are great. I want more tattoos. You should get a tattoo.
We should
Let's
get
go
tattooed
together.
on the podcast. We should do. We should like take a Zoom recorder to a tattoo
do the
place,
podcast while
and
we're
then
getting
just like one of
tattooed.
us is sitting there getting tattooed, and then we're just talking like, yeah, I saw Full Metal Alchemist.
That'd be great. Tattoo. Let's blog Tay's first tattoo experience.
We all get tattoos.
All right.
Yeah, that's the video.
So Brian, you wanted to talk about some
Yeah.
news going on this week.
So before we get into any of the usual fun stuff that we talk about in the show, I do want to bring up the Activision versus Blizzard lawsuit that's going on recently, because I think it's pretty important to talk about that, especially as like gamers that are involved in like gaming media and content creation. And for anybody that doesn't know the story, Activision and Blizzard are now going through a lawsuit because their work culture has been riddled with abuse and sexual harassment, particularly aimed at female employees. And it is insanely indefensible. It's absolutely disgusting that it happened, that we're at a point where the state of California is drawing a legitimate legal lawsuit.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, for a company that has not only perpetuated abuse, but has defended it and has stood by it while doing nothing and has encouraged the abuse that has been going on at Activision and Blizzard. The executives of that company have taken no action, and they are complicit in the abuse that has been happening for years. And the reason that I want to talk about it is not necessarily on the Activision Blizzard front. That is, I mean, a woman lost her life as a result of the abuse that happened in that company. She was sexually harassed by employees to the point where she felt like the only option to get out of the situation was to commit suicide. So they are now responsible for a woman's life. And that is heartbreakingly sad that it got to that point. And the reason why I want to talk about it is that is not exclusive to Activision and Blizzard. That culture of abuse, of harassment towards female employees or female members of the community does not stop at Activision. It has never stopped at Activision. Activision is not a frat boy culture. It is a gaming culture. What is happening? Gaming culture is poisoned by the blatant discrimination, misogyny, and rape culture that is rampant through it. And I think that us as gamers and then people that engage with the content and this media, we have to hold each other accountable in the actions that are going on. You know, when we see it in the community, we have to call it out. We have to look at the people that are committing this abuse and harassment and edge them outside of the community at this point, because it's not going to get fixed by not playing the games. It's not going to get fixed by hurting Activision and Blizzard's wallet. This is a problem that is endemic to the gaming culture, and you see it every single day, and it's why women leave the industry by droves when it happens, and it is indefensible. And so, you know, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to offer my respects to the family of the female employee that committed suicide, and I wanted to address how absolutely disgusting and indefensible it is that every executive position at Activision and / Blizzard has completely stood in the sidelines, have taken no accountability and no responsibility, and have actually tried to dismiss the claims by saying that these claims are decades old. Some of the things that they are talking about no longer reflect the company. They've made a couple of statements regarding that. And I think that it's just gross. It's gross, and it's awful that they're trying to slide away from the abuse and the accusations that are happening through them. Completely disgusting. And so this is more of a call to action to other people in the community like me, that it is your job, it is your responsibility as a member of the gaming community to not allow this shit to happen in your own spaces, to not allow this shit to carry on in such a way that allows people to feel victimized and to feel unsafe in saying something. That woman's life could have been saved if somebody had just stood up to a massive, rotten culture. And that happens throughout the entirety of the gaming community. And people like me and people like us, I assume, that want no harm done to like their female community members or people that they consider close to their community, to come to them, call it out, and don't stand for it. Edge those people out of the community. The gaming community and the online internet community in general, where it's game media or film media or any sort of journalism, is riddled with misogyny and abuse, and we have to stop. We have to stop. And it is responsibility of people that don't engage with that abuse to push those people outside of our communities and to not let it happen. Because the inaction is as terrible as the act itself. That's kind of all I have to say about it. I just really think that it's important for people of the community that you belong to like really take action against it. And I strongly believe that we run a Discord server, and part of the things that I like really pay attention to is to make sure that there are no people minimizing abuse or propagating abuse. And I take a lot of pride in that, because I do not want a space where members feel unsafe.
Don't feel welcome.
Yeah, they don't feel welcome. They don't feel safe. They feel like if something happens, like we're not going to be on their side. That is incredibly important to me. And it should be important to all of us, whether you run your own Discord community, no matter the level of engagement that you have in your YouTube channel, in your YouTube content, or in your community, stand out against this kind of shit, because that's the only way that this changes at this point. It is so endemic to culture in the gaming sphere or in the media entertainment field.
Basically, yeah.
And it's disgusting. It's the worst part about being like engaging in this kind of content and creating this kind of content, because we have to fight so hard to make sure not only that we stand out against that or stand up against that, but to make sure that we're not accidentally engaging in that. And it takes a lot of accountability and a lot of responsibility.
Especially someone who like we all love video games, we all love movies and all that stuff, and they're putting a bad image on people like us who doesn't do that shit at all.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, like, and it's still an issue today. While like video games are for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. And it's mostly dudes that just like have this like, you see those Twitter jokes like someone likes anime or something to a girl. Like, what anime you watch? What Goku does, whatever. Like, why are you questioning them for?
Yeah.
The same with video games and stuff too. Like, I don't understand why.
That's gatekeeping.
It's a gatekeeping thing. I don't understand why people do that with video games. But the thing with Activision, like Bryan said, is one is spot on. I was actually shocked that fucking happened.
Yeah.
And it's not just Activision. It's a lot of studios. I think Ubisoft's having issues right now too.
Ubisoft has a lot of sexual assault allegations on their team.
And it's everywhere. It just people don't speak up either because of fear or power and all that stuff.
Well, think about it. You're one of the few female employees that are at this company.
Yeah.
And you've been sexually assaulted. And the entire team of male superiors is complicit in that assault.
Yeah.
Who do you go talk to?
Yeah.
HR is not going to help you.
It's like the Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein shit.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
All right.
It's just
right,
before you continue, it's just massive amounts of control over the victims of this.
Yeah.
And it's just massive amounts of abuse of power, and just to such a degree that it is to the point of Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. It's just completely disgusting.
No, they had like a Cosby room. What the hell was that? Do you know anything about that?
I'm still investigating, because I'm kind of putting an opinion piece about the whole thing together. So I'm doing a little bit of research, and I haven't gone to the Bill Cosby room, but essentially I think it was an executive's office.
Kotaku did an article about it. You can keep talking.
Yeah. I believe it was like an executive's office that female employees would be sent to. And this guy, this executive in particular, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know it and I don't want to like accuse the wrong person. But he was so known for his sexual assault towards female employees that they called his office the Bill Cosby room. That's what I believe it was.
And then they had a big frame photo of Cosby in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it I don't know if they had a big frame picture of it. I don't know the details of the room.
This is a quote from the Kotaku article.
Yeah.
I don't know this fucking guy's name. Fasarabi? I don't say this right. was so known to be engaging in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed Cosby, the Crosby Suite.
Yeah.
Cosby Suite. So he's aware, he knows he's doing. He doesn't give a crap.
You know what? That name I just saw when I woke up this morning. I was looking on Twitter and saw that there was a female. She was like, she said she had left like I think it was Activision or Blizzard or one of them, and said that name and that he had like assaulted her and stuff.
And it says, quote, but the Cosby Suite was more than just a nickname or a joke. Based on images and comments from, I can't say this word, I'm sorry, Fasabi posted on his Facebook supplied to Kotaku by a former developer at Blizzard. It was reportedly a booze-filled meeting place where many, including that person I just mentioned, I couldn't name, would pose.
Alex Afrasiabi.
Yeah, Afrasiabi would pose with an actual portrait of Bill Cosby while smiling. It was also a hotspot for informal networking at BlizzCon. 3 sources told Kotaku where people looking to make inroads with the company would meet up and hang out with some of his top designers.
I don't get how like after the Me Too thing, that movement, like how I don't understand. Like people just kept continuing with this. They just don't care, or it's
not that. It's because the system that exists to abuse your power did not change after the Me Too movement. The people that were in power that were abusing this kind of power, they're narcissistic, abusive, control freaks. So they think that they can get away with it because they think that they're always going to be the exception to the rule. You know, like sure, like Harvey Weinstein got caught with the Me Too movement. That's not going to happen to me. I know how to control these people. That's a pathology behind it.
Yeah.
And so like abuse of power exists to a degree, especially when we're talking about corporations, and it exists globally, but particularly in America, where capitalism is glorified by its sort of cold-heartedness. When you're in that position of power, you're literally worshipped by everyone else around you. Everybody wants to be you.
Gods.
You're a god among men. You have the money to do whatever you want. Everybody wants to be in your position. The power dynamics are insane because anybody that is under you in that company, they get called up to your office. They lose their livelihood. They're blacklisted from an entire industry if you say the right thing. So it's just a matter of control. So no matter how many Me Too movements we have or how many times it happens, until the tumor has been completely cut out, it is going to be a cancer to the entire entertainment industry because it's not about consequences for them. It's about control.
Yeah.
So like the punishment is not, there's never going to be a punishment apt enough to stop someone from abusing that amount of power because the abuse comes inherent with the power. You know, and not everybody that gets into a powerful position is an abusive person.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But they got the ability to, what's the word, like protect themselves, quote unquote, from like things they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Taking and bring the mic up over.
Oh, sorry.
It's thank you. It's one of those things where like if you're a person that is not abusive and you're in a position of power, that might be it. Tighten that little knob.
It's jammed a little bit. There we go.
There you go. If you're a person that's in a position of power and you're not abusive, you need to extend that to the entire culture that you're representing. You know, like if we open a business and now we are employing 10 people, right? Our entire culture has to be built around responsibility and accountability. And like all of those employees need to be able to come to us and say, hey, we've been experiencing this and we need to handle that.
What knows me the fucking most is like, why are you treating people like that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like pieces of meat. That's what they're doing. I'm here to like sexually abuse you. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why do you get off that?
I don't understand the pathology and we'll never understand it because we're people that don't engage with that side of like.
I mean, just fucking be a good person.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing? This is another person who has feelings and like the lady fucking killed herself because she didn't know what to do. She was trapped.
Yeah.
And she screamed about it somewhere. She lose her job, or even worse, someone probably kill her.
Yeah. No support system. No support system whatsoever. There's no system in place in favor of the victims. All of the systems in places exist in favor of the abusers.
Now, what I want to fucking make a point is, and this is mostly to like players, the gamers, if you truly fucking care, don't support Activision at all, whatever the hell the content
I think
is.
there is like a protest going on. I think this was yesterday. Not the time of this recording, or the time of this recording. When this goes up on Tuesday, this would be like last week.
Yeah.
But there was a like don't support. There was 4 different types of companies under. I think of all of Activision. It was like Blizzard, Activision, King, and there was one more I'm blanking on, but it was don't support these games. You don't play these games. Make a statement. Which I mean, that's probably the right thing to do. I mean, if the company's being complicit in like these actions and they're not, bringing these people. I mean, that's absurd that this dude was able to like do so much. It wasn't like just a one-time incident. It's been going on forever, and then the company's just kind of being complicit with it.
You know what? Sorry to cut you off, but what fucking sucks as well about that statement I just made. It's like there's some people there that don't do that shit, and they put their hours into those fucking games, and these fucking people like tainted it. Like, yeah, it's feel if I like Spiral Force by Activision, I can't fucking support the fucking game,
right?
Dude, like Candy Crush, Crash, Spyro, Call of Duty,
all those great IPs, but there's assholes behind it. And someone made a great point as well how the Call of Duty, and it's probably like been a stereotype of how that community kind of reflects to what those people fucking doing there.
Because it's been built on toxicity.
Yeah.
The toxicity that it was built on has been left unchecked and unaccounted for.
And let's not just say it's just gaming companies either. It's like
it's
a lot of companies.
Industry. Yeah.
It's just the power dynamic.
Yeah.
and it's just the system that we raised. I mean, that's why there was a Me Too movement in the first place. It was people to having a level of power, getting away with stuff like this for too long, and then just abusing it, and then just being able to get away with it. Which, I mean, the Me Too movement, it was probably definitely needed.
Not probably,
but we never really changed. I mean, we still haven't built a system in place to kind of keep this from happening, which I don't really know if you can. But that's the thing, though. That's like if that's the whole source of this like issue is if there is power to be taken, people will inherently abuse it because we're human,
and you don't know who's fucking lying and who's telling the truth.
And basically, it's just us being human in the year 2021. We're just not evolved for. It's going to just take years and years for like just culturally being like just teaching the next generation over and over and over until eventually it just be rubbed out completely. But right now we're just too fucking stupid
Not
to
that.
change.
I don't understand where.
But we need to like.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
But just teaching your children, like this is inherently wrong. Do not do this, and just keep passing those values on and on and on. Where then it's eventually just rubbed out. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying now.
That was me. Oh, sorry.
It's just. War's not gone.
But I'm saying it's like
abuse isn't gone.
You see, like the Me Too movement is like hotter than that. Well, I hate how I'm saying it, but it's like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Don't you aware you can get the consequences from doing these fucking actions? Why are they not thinking about that?
Well,
you're going to get caught eventually. Do you ever think about that in the future?
No, they're not. They think they can get away with it.
Yeah. Well, that's a pathology, and here's the thing that I really, really want to emphasize, because I think as males, as men, we tend to focus not on the wrong thing, but we tend to put most of our attention on the thing that is less important, which is the consequences and all of the little minutiae that follow it. But the thing that I really want to focus on here is the victims, the women that are constantly targeted by this type of abuse. That is the only thing that matters here. That is, it doesn't matter whether the industry survives. Burn it all down. I don't care. Burn it down, rebuild it from scratch if we have to. But the victims, the women that are suffering through this, and not only, I mean, I say victims because there are men that are caught up in this cycle of sexual abuse as well. But this is almost exclusively a men-hating woman discussion. This is almost exclusively about how women and female employees get attacked when they're in a male-centered industry. And that is the only thing that I think is important here. I think we can talk about their pathology all that we want. We can talk about anything that is going on, the symptoms, the cause, but the tumor that is at the end of the whole situation, the head of the monster, is a culture based on misogyny, a culture based on rape, and a culture based on just systematic abuse. And I think that is the only thing that matters here. And I think that as gamers, people that engage with that, we cannot be complicit in any of that. Do not support Activision.
No.
Do not support Blizzard. And as more of these things start to come out and they start to being like, the whistle starts blowing on a lot of these controversies that are going to come out, because Activision and Blizzard is not the first one, and it's not going to be the last company that goes through this.
And I hate to sideline a bit, but we are part of internet culture. We're always online saying this shit. So Call of Duty's the main guy here. We got to look at the most. Mm-hmm. That thing makes billions or millions. What the hell is money? Did you think this fall a large portion of the games is gonna that the money they're gonna make is gonna not be there, or you think that's some like there's people who just casual guys don't know.
That's why. Well, yeah, because people that are casual have no idea. They're not. This is not making.
It's not making the rounds.
Yeah,
it's gonna affect it, but it's not gonna be. You think it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is a failure,
right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, this is just a bad look just to be a part of this, like, this whole like community of like. Yeah. I hate saying gamers. Maybe I should say consumers. But just
I think gamers is appropriate because it does happen everywhere. It happens everywhere else. But the misogyny and the gatekeeping and all of the horrible harassment that happens towards female members of the gaming community is not exclusive to the gaming community, but it's predominantly.
The subject's about gaming, but it's happening everywhere in the industry too. But I don't understand why people like that though.
It's hard to understand. It's hard to follow because we're not those type of people. Yeah. And the point that I'm trying to make is that whether or not you think that something could change or that something's not going to change, believe the victims. Believe the victims, take their word for it, and pay attention as a lot more of these allegations start to come out. Because these are not going to, Activision is not going to be, Blizzard and Activision are not going to be the last company that this is going to happen to.
No.
It's going to come out, especially when we're talking about the AAA conglomerates that have hundreds of people within their ranks, that the gaming industry, the people that work in these game studios are just numbers. They're just bodies to be abused in terms of labor, in terms of their literal bodies. It's a farm for abuse. And we need unions for these workers so that they can protect themselves. And that is what's happening. Activision has now hired an anti-union law firm to combat the strike that is happening later on in the week, which I believe is like at the time of recording, it's going to be like the Wednesday after this releases.
Jesus.
So it's not just a small fraction of culture. This is legally backed, systematically planned, absolutely unforgivable behavior, and it is our responsibility to believe the victims and our responsibility to call out that behavior when it happens on the small scale. If your Discord community has 50 members and one of your Discord members targets another person with harassment, you should now have 49 members, unexcusably so.
Any type of abuse. I mean, any.
And that is my call to action, and that is what I wanted to talk about it. Because as far as I'm concerned, Activision and Blizzard are a symptom of the system that exists. And the situation is very tragic. But the thing that I want to focus on is that you can separate yourself from it as a gamer. As anyone that consumes any of this content, you cannot be separate from it. This includes you. And you need to take action against that type of behavior when it happens on the small scale, when it happens on the big scale, when it happens on a scale that you can't even imagine, like it's happening with Activision and Blizzard. A woman lost her life, and that happens every single day as a result of harassment and abuse. And I'm talking specifically about the gaming community right now, but that happens on any given community. Female members of your community are dying at the hands of abusers. And you need to do as much as you can to prevent that from happening.
Too. I mean, like, what's this not even? I mean, just abuse in general.
You're right. There are people. I'm focusing really hard on the female members, partly because of the woman that took her own life. But it does happen to men. Men are victims of this cyclical abuse too.
Stop caring about yourselves.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Be a community.
That's the American culture in general. It's always caring about themselves. Wait till your mother, your father, your brother, or sister.
If you spend,
then you care.
Yeah.
All your time, invested in these communities, building into Discords, and if you don't want to see those just go into absolute garbage and shit, like, do something about it. Yeah. Make a stand. I mean, don't be like, if you have to be preachy, but like, this shouldn't continue. Like, be a fucking adult about it.
We're all here for the same fucking reason, to have fun.
We want to enjoy ourselves.
Enjoy ourselves. No reason to abuse each other. Because it's childish. It's nonsense.
It's not about the companies. It's about the community.
It's the community, really.
And that's where I'm getting at. I want to see this community as a whole get better. And it's not going to happen without every one of us that are not abusers, that are not the type of person that would do this kind of behavior, if we don't edge those people out of the community, if we don't shame them, if we don't blacklist them, to never do business with them. Activision could reach out to me tomorrow for the channel and just be like, we'll send you 5 review copies of our next biggest projects. And I would say no.
No.
It has to be, your accountability you have to sacrifice your growth and your ability to produce content for morality's sake in this moment in time.
I think I get what you're saying. You want to take a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
This is not going to change overnight. This is something that's been going on for years and years and years, and it's not going to change within probably the next 5 years, but we can make changes now, which in the future we can rub this out completely.
It starts with the micro changes. It starts with the one guy in your Discord calling out the guy that called someone kitten and being like, don't do that shit. It starts with that.
Can we keep that? I just like
Kitten.
I text Tay and be like, hey, get on the Discord.
What do you mean kitten?
There's
weirdos.
this is beyond the scope of the conversation, but there's like the stereotype of the virgin gamer that like is always gatekeeping and like sexualizing women in the gaming community.
Yeah.
And that stereotype, we make fun of that stereotype a lot. We mock them. We engage with the language that they use to be like ironic. But at the end of the day, that guy is causing such harm to the community. Because now any woman that joins this community is going to talk to that guy and they're like not want to engage. They're not going to want to participate. You're muting that person by having this person exist in the community. So like make fun of the stereotype, mock them, make fun of everybody that engaged with this behavior completely unrelentlessly. Just mock them to hell.
The meme is actually like doing good.
Yeah. But as you mock them, kick them the fuck out of the server. Tell them to get out. We don't need them in the community.
Or don't
anymore.
support their server.
Or don't support their server. We just don't need that kind of behavior. And it'd
be grown men be like that too.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
It's insane. It's insane the way that it happens. I don't think I have anything else to say other than believe the victims and then take accountability for what you're doing that might be propagating the abuse and what everybody else around you is doing that might propagate the abuse. It is your responsibility on the small scale to take care of the people around you that you're inviting into the community. And that way, when you make those micro changes, as the community grows even stronger and the people that are growing step into the limelight, we can have less instances of this. But you have to believe the victims. You have to stop gatekeeping. And you have to stop engaging in this male-dominated frat culture that has become endemic to gaming and online media entertainment in general. It's disgusting and indefensible, and we need to stop.
So I don't think it's everyone in it now. Mm-hmm. I just think those bad apples are just still present.
Yeah, no, they're a very loud minority.
It used to be like a male thing, but it kind of shifted more to like. I mean, it's always been everyone. Yeah. But back then, it's for males, but it seems for everyone nowadays. Mostly, presently, at least.
But that is where it started because males had this unregulated space.
You're right about that, yeah.
And nobody checked up on them.
No.
The 4chaners.
Yeah.
Just started hating on women and started this whole subculture of rape.
4chan still a thing?
Yeah, it's a fucking thing. And these YouTubers, sorry, I'm angry about those.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Constantly, every damn day is about something. And then when they make like these thumbnails and these titles, like, what are you talking about? That's not true. Yeah. Making up false narratives for like rage clicks and all that stuff, and they're making it worse as well because they making these people telling people lies and the people like believe it's real.
They're part of the problem,
creating false narratives for people, and it's like they're part of the problem too. There's a lot of things here that causing issues, and we need to speak on those people as well.
Yeah, and you could write a whole thesis about like how male-dominated spheres will inevitably, as long as they go unchecked, lead into misogyny. Not because men are inherently awful, but because the people that are likely to be abusive are the people that are going to stand out in those social circles. They're the people that are going to get control of those social circles if they get allowed to be unchecked.
The problem is people are too damn quiet. Be loud about that shit. Yeah. Call them out.
That's exactly what I mean.
Call them out because I'm that's why I'm kind of off Twitter a bit too. Mm-hmm. I'm just sick of this nonsense. Yeah, it's like. I know I joked about like I'm just like an old man that shakes his head, but no, it's really the biggest thing that's pissing me off constantly. I get on that damn app.
The toxicity.
Yeah, it's awful, dude.
And not just in gaming, but everywhere.
Everywhere, literally. Because I hate Twitter. Yeah, I know I say joking, but I hate Twitter. I don't know what happened. Something needs to happen.
Too many people. Too many people got on it.
There's too much anonymity.
And the same with anything. When there's too many people and you're throwing in every walk of life, there's going to be a lot of like bizarre weirdos that are going to be in. And it's really that like we're so early into like internet culture where everybody's in the same space. Yeah. It's going to take a lot of time and growth for everyone to kind of figure out, all right, this is the new norm. It's new, dude. We are moving at a breakneck speed every day with this technology and then communication and all that.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of information that we absorb on a daily basis is undeniably overwhelming.
When like Black Matter, when the BML protests were going on, and that's all I was seeing on Twitter, people were logging out because they were just getting depressed. I was getting depressed. I had to get off Twitter because I just couldn't handle it. It was just a hyperalization of everything that was going on.
It's fucking
not
loud.
necessarily that it was constantly
didn't
like
matter,
that, but it was just if you see nothing but violence constantly.
No, that's what it is still to fucking day. And it's like, I think literally people thrive off that.
They do. Look at the news. That's literally what the news makes the news. It is they use hyper violence like that. Anything to get you raged up. You will spend more time staring at a screen, versus something that makes you happy versus something that makes you angry. That's what the Facebook algorithm. That's what the whole thing was they learned that people will spend more time arguing because it made them angry. They'll put more time invested in that because they want to win an argument versus something that that
it's like a reasonable discussion.
A reasonable discussion, or it's just information on something that they care about. That's what it is. It's just that will keep you locked in.
It's both corporations and fucking people too.
It's money.
Everyone.
If you go down to the bottom line, the blood flow of everything that we all do, it's just cash flow. It is how can I milk the fuck out of one person? And I keep their attention into some product, and that best attention is a subhuman that we're just innately born with. It's just like rage.
Yeah.
I was mentioning Bryan earlier.
And I want to bring it to that point. Yeah. I miss the rage. I miss the rage.
Like I said earlier, we all are 80% of going full rage.
Yeah, we're always overwhelmed.
We're still cavemen.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Because I actually disagree with that. I actually disagree that we have all this this base impulses of rage, and I say that as an angry person. I don't believe that we can separate ourselves from this type of culture until we're not a capitalistic society anymore. Capitalism implies that there are people on the bottom level that make shit run, and those people will always be abused by the system. There is no way around it. It is just, and I know that I get on my anti-capitalist bag a lot, and I get on this podium a lot, but as long as capitalism rules American culture, there is never going to be a moment where a person is not being abused. Because the system of capitalism is built upon the abuse of people that are not fortunate enough to be born with a specific type of privilege. And that is what we see. Who are the people that are doing the most abusing? The rich and the wealthy, which also happen to be a lot often very affluent white men, because they are built with capitalism as the standard for worship. And capitalism, they're built as the standard to get to. You need to get to this level of wealth. And a lot of the white people that get to that level of wealth get there because they have an inherent amount of privilege over everybody else. So the system exists to keep people like me and Tay out, and people like you when we're talking about class instead of race. It exists on that level. The American capitalism culture is partly responsible for the way that the abuse is geared. And it's just like women of color will face insane amounts of more abuse than a white woman. And a white woman will face an incredible amount of abuse than a white man. Some
fucking black woman can't go to a job with her hair braided because she's a black woman with hair braided.
It's like unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
You know? It's the people up here in capitalism will always put down the people down here in capitalism. It's not until we get rid of this bullshit mentality that you need to pull yourselves up by the bootstrap. Capitalism is anti-community. It is literally the opposite of being in a community. It exists selfishly, and it is ingrained in American culture, and that is the thing.
This is going to say it's American culture in general.
Yeah.
Fucking
it is ingrained with American culture within, because it's always been dominated by the wealthy people.
Do you think any place is doing it properly?
I don't think that there's ever a thing as doing it properly. I think there's places that do it better.
Better, exactly.
Switzerland, for example, they're not known for their racial diversity, but they are the happiest people.
Canada.
There's some place I heard like it was like really racist. Is it Switzerland?
There's a lot of European countries that are racist, not because they like inherently hate people of color, but because their culture has been so. I forget the word that's in it.
It's ignorance.
It's ignorant. Yeah, it's ignorance of not knowing what those other cultures are like. It's a
curiosity. Like curiosity comes off as.
No. It's just like they just don't have the social systems to like.
They don't really understand how we do it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, Japan. There's this subculture where these.
Oh yeah, where they touch like black people hair.
That's also that, but it's also there's this subculture in Japan. I forgot what it's called, where they dress as black people.
Oh, Gura.
Yeah, but they're not doing it in an offensive way. But it seems offensive.
There's a big cholo community in
like
Japan.
that too.
Yeah, they idolize it because I guess it's foreign.
Like they doing blackface, but it's not. And it's a weird thing because it's like it can come off as offensive, but they don't have bad intentions for it. They admire it so much they're trying to replicate you.
But that's the inverse of the weeb. Yeah. You know, those people are just American weeps. Weebs are American.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like it's appropriating a culture that you don't understand.
Yeah.
Because you idealize it.
Yeah.
You know, and
me. Look at me. I'm wearing a Japanese shirt.
Yeah. See, but that's not inherently a problem. You don't walk around being like, actually in Japan, you know, like you don't do that.
I just did it. I was like, hey, you know, in Japan. I was like, I have no idea really. Like I've never been in Japan.
Be community centered.
All right, let's
just fucking look at the people around you and just be like, I got your back. Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, real shit. I try to be like the nicest person around in the room.
Yeah.
Do the right things and shit.
And it's you and I are some of the angriest people that we know, and we are the people that are trying to be the nicest to everybody.
Exactly.
And I think the reason that we are angry is because culture has become so anti-nice, so anti-positivity, so anti-realistic that we
speak my language right now because
we're just deeply rooted in outrage culture. We, like Americans in general, deeply rooted in outrage culture. We want to be angry about things. We always want something bad to be talked about. And when people like you and I, and maybe even Crockett, I don't know, I don't think you experience the same level of anger that me and Tay experience when it comes to a lot of this shit. But like, we are the outsiders. We are the outcast. Like, we can't start a conversation without getting pushback from somebody in an unreasonable way, and it makes us furious because we see how toxic that is, and it's killing us. It's killing culture as a whole.
It's exhausting as fuck.
It's killing culture as a whole, and that is why people with abuse tend to thrive, because people like you and I get fucking tired, and we disengage because it's so hard to upkeep a conversation when the other person is shitting on the table. You can't ignore it. And none of your points are getting across. It's exhausting. And that is the nature of abuse. Abuse exists to silence anything that stands against it by being loud and being draining to the people that are standing against it.
Watch us end up on CNN, right?
I don't care.
They'd be like, look at this.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
So yeah, just to wrap it all up, believe the victims. Stand out against abuse, no matter how small, and don't be an asshole.
And be fucking kind to each other. It's not hard. It's really fucking easy. You want to do it, do it.
Yeah, it is not as hard as it seems. And to anyone that is involved in the Activision Blizzard conflict directly, I genuinely offer my condolences. I am so sorry for that woman's family that has to deal with this tragic aftermath. And anybody that is involved, if there's any way that the community can support, we will genuinely find a way to be able to be supportive of you. You don't deserve anything that has happened to you. And I'm just so sorry that it got to that point.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a space to be like safe and, you know, a loving community and all that, the Drunken Ship Discord's always open too.
And if you disagree, you can fuck off. Honestly, don't care.
Whoa.
No, seriously, I'm sick of it. Like, you just sick of this negativity going around constantly. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I'm so sick of it.
I think that's why I'm more or less on Discord than I am on Twitter.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
Because it's, I guess in a way it's curated.
Yeah.
it is not like, because if you're going to like Facebook or Twitter or something, you're getting it's just blowing up right into your face constantly, and it's people retweeting, and you're getting to foreign areas of it where, I'm not trying to put someone in an echo chamber. It's good to have diversity, but sometimes like you don't need to see all that. You don't need to see someone else raging out on, and I feel like that's a lot of Twitter is. Someone is just like
it's constantly
it's bitching and complaining, and then it just spirals out of control into arguments, and that's what people.
This ain't the topic. I'm getting angry because it's like
people feed into it.
Fucking hate that app.
Same. I had to.
I think we should probably switch.
Make me laugh here because I got some rages on.
It's just awful. And again, I'm so sorry, just for everything that happened.
Well, it needed to be said, but
maybe help there. That's doing something. You spoke about it.
I hope no one's listening to this early in the morning and just getting fucking fired up for their day.
They should. They should walk into the office and slap your boss in the face.
Because a lot of people. We do a lot of comedy on here, and probably people a lot to listen to. I listen to a lot of podcasts that just like I'm here to make it happy and stuff. But it needed to be said. Yeah. Anyway, so we diverted a little bit from our usual stick. And then, I had to take it a little serious note, but that's needed. Anyway,
he said something about a crocodile.
I almost hit a... So,
what'd you say?
What'd you say?
He said something about an alligator yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So, bro, so we had a movie night last Thursday. And
this has been one of my favorite movie nights since we started the Discord.
And we finished. We watched Underdog, right?
Yeah, Underdog, which by the way, fantastic movie. All right, Underdog is a great movie. Sage put it on the list because he thought it would be a shit movie, and he unironically gave us a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we should put a lot of shit movies on because shit movies are way funnier to watch.
Yeah.
You don't remember this coming out?
It's a 2007 film. About a dog that gets superpowers after a bunch of chemicals get dropped on him. And then Peter Dinklage is the bad guy, and he wants to do some weird shit. And the dog has to stop him,
and
essentially.
Jason Lee is like the voice for the dog. You know, My Name is Earl?
Yeah.
That's the voice for him.
Is this... I know this movie. Is this pre-Bolt?
I believe so. It's not the... Oh, that's Jason Lee.
Yeah.
What's Jason Lee doing nowadays?
I don't know.
No, he's Alvin Chipmunks.
Yeah, that's right.
He's Mallrats.
What a weird career that guy's had.
Yeah, he's the main guy in Mallrats. He doesn't have a big mustache. That was super weird. Which I don't think he has an Alvin Chipmunks either. Anyway, so we get done watching Underdog, and then we just start watching YouTube videos, and we start watching these like big tuna videos where it's a massive tuna and they just caught off out of the ocean, and then you start shredding it up on a fish market and selling it.
There's a subcategory of YouTube videos where Japanese fishermen and Japanese sushi chefs will buy the fish fresh, show you how they butcher it, or how they fishmonger it, cut it up into tiny pieces, and then sell it. And it is my favorite genre of YouTube videos right now. We got done with the movie, and then we started watching this man. His name is Kigure Cook.
I love him.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I followed him for years.
His name is Kaneko.
You talking about? Is it like this white dude filming him everything?
No. This is a Japanese dude. The videos are in Japanese, and the only reason I understand them is because some people translate with the catch.
I don't know who this person is stand up.
His name is Kigure Cook on YouTube. I'll put a link to his shit down in the description because it's so good. But essentially, he buys weird fish. And he goes to the fish market, and then he just gets whatever he gets his hands on, and then he said, "All right, I'm gonna make a dish with this," and then he prepares it. He cuts up the fish, cuts up the shellfish, whatever the fuck it is, and then makes a meal out of it.
See, this is the guy I watch.
Yeah, no, that's not him.
Okay.
So we started by watching that guy.
Yeah.
And then you sent us a big tuna video.
Yeah. I had seen this big tuna video because it's a really satisfying to watch this thing just get cut up for some reason. They use this wacky knife that looks like a leaf, and then I don't know. You don't think how big tuna is?
It's thousands of pounds.
Dude, it's bigger than the table that we're sitting at.
Yeah.
Look it up right now. Put it on the TV. I want Tay to see this shit.
Oh, the video?
Yeah. Look it up right now.
Let me see
Tuna
if I can
sounds
find
good.
it.
You ever had grilled tuna? Tastes like
Dude,
pork.
you ever had, it's delicious. You ever had a tuna steak?
Yeah,
God.
basically. It was like grilled, it tastes like pork.
Unbelievably good. So
I
delicious.
haven't had tuna like that in years, though.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And so we started by watching this big tuna video, this just massive 600-pound fish getting butchered and cut. And it was like so jiggly. Like when they put it down, they cut a cut and they just slap that shit on the table and the meat would just like,
Huh?
and the meat would just like jiggle. And I was like, it just looks so good. And we spent 2 hours just watching people butcher fish.
Butcher fish.
Butcher fish. And
This
then-
is a Taiwanese food fish market.
Yeah, that's right. And so we spent like 2 hours watching people eat fish, and we ended the night by watching a dude just butcher a fucking alligator.
Wait, hang on for a second.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry. Hold on, pause it. I thought you were talking about the dog. What happened?
No. This is after the dog.
no, yeah, this is after the dog. Yeah.
We watched the dog, and I was like, oh man, that was great. And then I started browsing through my YouTube videos, and some shit like that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I've seen videos like this before.
So
Could you imagine just grabbing that and just fucking...
It like melts in your mouth.
Yeah, incredible. So this is what we did for 2 hours. on
yeah,
Thursday.
any audio listener, we're watching a video right now. This massive tuna getting cut up. Like, so they pull it in on a truck
Yeah.
into the back of a truck, and then it slide this thing.
Speaking of Asian culture or countries or whatever, I found this YouTube channel where it's like just this random person walking in Japan, 4K. And it's,
Oh, I watch
Yeah,
I watch those
fantastic.
all the time. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Those videos become really popular. I like just putting them on in the background.
It was like this.
I
Like,
love putting them on in the background.
Look at
girl-
the bloody size of it.
it was like this girl walking in Japan. It's like nighttime raining.
Yeah.
It looked like cyberpunk.
Oh,
It's like
it's
the
crazy.
coolest thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love that shit. And so, can you scroll through a little bit of the?
It's a lot of
video?
fish.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
500-pound tuna.
He didn't hear that reference.
It's massive.
So like they're
Wait.
cutting it up and
What
stuff.
reference is that? I vaguely reconize it.
Dude, this thing,
I was trying
the thing's head does not look real, too.
he didn't. Jordan, you heard that said?
What?
It's a lot of fish.
That's a lot of fish.
That's a lot.
What's
Maybe
that?
they should have used this for like 98 Godzilla. They would have had to use like 5 of them. Big ass tuna. Dude, imagine just swimming in the ocean, this thing just bump you, and you're like,
Yeah, fuck you up.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
look at that thing's head. It does not look real.
Do you know swordfish are tuna?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
And then like they cut it up and stuff, but look at the marbleization on this bitch.
Those are the gills. Yeah, but look at that.
God.
And look
Tuna
at the way
steak.
he cuts it. He just effortlessly just.
There's something fascinating about.
This is
Like-
the straightest thing that I've done. Is just watch people butcher fish and talk about food.
This seafood thing is like all this shit's pricey as hell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
fresh though.
Yeah.
And then
And Japan is relatively cheap because they just pull it off the fucking coast.
Yeah, this is what they eat. This is more basically they
This
die.
is
this is what
Taiwan.
it's-
but-
yeah,
this
this
is
is-
Taiwan. But
well, this is what it's like just living near the coast and going to the fish market, which we should go do a podcast at that would be, dude, how great would it be to go 5 a.m. and we're just sitting there with a Zoom recorder just at the fish market watching
But you
fish
gotta,
get
you gotta go
caught.
in the winter. That's the best time to go.
Yeah, we're just sitting there in coats, cold as hell. It's near water.
It's like it's gray outside, wet.
yeah. And so we did this for like 2 hours. Like this
beautiful that square
video
is.
is like 30 minutes long. Yeah, it's in that. It
Yeah.
fits in the box. It's the cutest thing.
It's satisfying.
It's so great. So we did that for like 2 hours, and then we evolved, and then we ended up. Did you have the alligator one pulled up?
I'm gonna have to. I should have had this queued up. But
No, I like watching Bryan catch and cook videos. I love those.
Catch and cook. Is that a YouTube channel or is that just
It's a thing. You like people go outside hunt like any like alligator, bear, squirrel, or whatever, and they cook it outside in the wilderness.
so satisfying? There's something primal about it.
Yeah.
There's something that connects you to like that.
It's your
evolutionary
DNA.
system. Yeah, it's just like yeah. And they're like, I see that fish, and
Yeah.
I just want to take a big jump out of it.
They look at catch and cook videos. I love those. I watch those every once in a blue moon.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, and like they serve it up for you right there. I mean, what an experience that is.
Gloves on gloves.
Yeah, gloves on gloves. He's safe. He's making nigiri. He like torches it a little bit. It's delicious.
Look at her tattoo. Is that a squid?
No, that's like an eye and a hand. And then just this.
I would eat that. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Get that fat rendering a little bit.
Oh wow.
And then
That's gonna melt in your mouth.
Once again, we are a food podcast.
We're really good at that.
dude, you know what? If we had the time and the energy for it, I would say let's make a secondary podcast where it's just a
Just food videos.
food oriented.
I mean, but look at that. That's just gonna melt in your mouth. And so that is the happy. That
Dude,
it's just
all I
incredible.
can think about is just the madman walking by, just grabbing it and just taking the biggest bite and running out.
Just see the little teeth mark. Perfect.
All right, so I found.
Yo, Ryan. He's like, is this alligator guy?
So we found the alligator guy, and this is gonna make this is gonna kill
what's
you.
his title going on though?
It's
Is his pet? He gonna
cutting down an alligator that lived for 20 years.
Oh, I thought he
So
had it.
this alligator was a pet from someone that he knew. It got imported to Japan, and then it became illegal to own alligators as pet in Japan. So he had to put it down, and they didn't know what to do with it.
They want to go to waste.
So this guy just fucking took it.
All right, this is part of the video that's so just literally the best. So he has an idea of he's going to
Make a shell of it?
No. He's going to take an air compressor. He's going to blow up the alligator with air so it would separate the skin from the flesh because he's trying to stuff the alligator and he's also going to take the meat out and cook it.
Yeah.
This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen someone do.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
He's for audio listeners, he's like stabbing a air compressor into the alligator skin and he's pumping it up like a balloon.
It's like,
Oh, stupid. So how fast that was. Oh, stupid.
All you think about is that thing started floating up to the ceiling. And you're like, oh, come back here.
put a little string around it.
Yeah, he can.
Could you imagine a 400-pound alligator just floating on a string?
It just looks ridiculous.
That's stupid.
By the way, this does not work. This absolutely does not.
No, I've seen this technique before.
But it's done with it's done with animals that don't have a lot of like fat underneath the skin layer.
He's making it easy to cut, making it hot a little bit.
Yeah, but it does not work at all. It's like
Dude, look, it's literally rising up.
it's like I feel bad for the alligator. Like you live 20 years and you get
is someone's-
inflated in
Some
dude's kitchen.
dudes is blowing you up full of air.
He's like bending the fuck out of that needle.
Dude, like, yeah, he has to like probably like chisel it in. It's so satisfying to watch this thing just expand out.
Why don't he just buy alligator meat?
It's in Japan. You can only get the legs, and so this is like this guy does this kind of content. Like he finds weird shit. He's a fisherman, so he goes into the ocean, catches weird fish, and then cooks them, and then like tries them. Like
This was actually his neighbor. His neighbor had an alligator, and he asked him to do this.
yeah,
That's sad.
it is sad. It is very sad.
Which I'm really curious where he learned how to cut up an alligator.
He's a fisherman and shit, right?
He's a fisherman, so he just knows like kind of how that anatomy works. But it's just, I mean, it gets gruesome, man. Like it fair warning for anybody that's like
Yeah.
squeamish, but what a satisfying video to watch.
And all I can think about when he stabbed his knife into it, it was just gonna start flaring around the room like.
It's
a
giving me like
deflated
stress
balloon.
because he's putting a knife in. It's like pop or something. But it's in the skin. It's fine.
Someone walking by the studio right now is gonna be like, "What the
fuck
hell
is
is
going
that?
on?"
What kind of podcast is this?"
Yeah, and I mean, it just, this video's like what, like 40 minutes? We watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
Does he scan it? Go to the end. I'm
It's
sure
like
he'll
30
go.
minutes. Yeah, he
he
skins
skins
the
it.
fuck out of it, man. He cuts it up.
He's gonna grill that too.
Dude, the tail, there's so much meat in that tail. Holy shit.
I don't have ad blockers on.
Yes. All right, Liberty Mutual, send a check.
And then whatever the hell
Sponsor.
this is. What the hell
What is
this?
that? It's a,
What is this?
it's a mic.
No, it's a wearable subwoofer. I've seen this before.
Who needs
A
this?
wearable subwoofer.
Once you sweat on that
So
thing, it's gonna
stupid.
blow up. No offense, but who wants that?
Nobody, dude.
It's the tech wear people, probably.
It looks a little cheaply made from
Techwear?
Techwear.
That right there. That's techwear for you, buddy.
Nah, that's not.
Go ahead and skip that, Crockett. Give it a little skip.
Can I skip?
Yeah,
Oh,
give it a
okay.
little skip.
Dude, we can make a podcast episode about that.
Techwear.
Techwear.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. I love techwear. I
You
wish
do?
it was more. I wish it was more affordable.
Yes, and
'Cause
I wish it
it's
was more
super
normal
expensive.
too, because I
Yeah.
would wear the heck out of that.
You should make it normal. You should walk around and just be like,
A
Oh,
black
what?
guy wearing like military tech. No.
yeah. Never mind. I'll go with you. We'll be two people of color. doing it.
Yeah, that would look hella
And I'm
suspicious.
with
Crockett,
you.
join us for safety.
Yeah, I'll be, yeah. Be like,
Join it for
they're,
safety reasons.
they're like, they're with me. I like that warwear core thing.
Yeah.
War core.
I don't know.
That's like where we're wearing a body vest and stuff. Just like it's fashion. I think that's pretty cool.
I looked the Reddit and everything.
It's like just a lot of. It's just anime wear. You're wearing a lot of straps and stuff around. You're just wearing unnecessary straps.
in
I see.
pockets.
I see.
So, oh shit. Okay, that's where it's really cut up.
Yeah, and so like he just puts it in
And then
bags, man.
here he's cutting the tail. I just kept imagining taking that big tail,
Look at the
dude,
meat.
and just slapping your friend in the chest while they're sleeping or something with it. Just hit him with a 10-pound tail.
That's not a 10-pound tail.
Dude,
That's
I bet that makes
that's
it
a 70-pound tail
Yeah.
at least.
Dude, I
Look
bet
at
that no.
That's pure
Okay.
muscle, man.
Dude, this man is strong. This man swims
Probably.
every day for a living.
Now I get that dexter. He's getting the dexter.
This is making me hungry too.
Plastic out.
That's
to wrap
exactly
it
how
up.
I felt. I want sushi so badly.
I'm gonna go get it. Like,
Oh, you
Sunday.
can. Is it today? Right?
You wanna come? You wanna go to sushi Sunday?
I'm broke.
Damn.
I'm broke as fuck.
Get $20 from us. Save it. We get paid like next Friday or something.
Yeah, I went to a beach trip.
Oh yeah.
last-
We
the
didn't.
last guy.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the beach.
Oh yeah, there's nothing to talk about. It was a lot of sun and a lot of water. Swallowed so much fucking salt. My throat still hurts.
I miss going to the beach.
It's fine. I like the beach.
I smelled seawater the other day randomly. Yeah.
Where were you?
Freedom Park. The pond smelled like seawater. Just brought me back.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like a distinct smell. I'm pretty sure you know.
Oh, yeah, no,
You
I
grew up with that.
Yeah, I grew up on an island. I really. What the fuck is this?
I don't. Oh, the videos just kept playing.
That's
What
awesome.
is this?
Yummy boy street food.
Hey, this was a Twitter joke forever. What is this video? You're a psycho.
No, it's just how.
I like how everyone on Twitter like all came together to talk about like this one stupid video. It just kept getting recommended. It
Oh,
has
yeah, I love this
45
video,
million
yeah.
views.
Dude, and he got those views in like a night. I guarantee you. So many people have watched this shit. I love that guy. JCS is a great YouTube channel.
I mean, like, you know what's keeping me at peace lately?
Yeah?
Animal videos.
What do you mean?
Just like cats,
Just hanging out?
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Cat Island, Japan.
Dude,
Yeah.
I want to go
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, this guy just they love humans and shit.
Yeah.
So like they all like you just walk around, they just greet you and they go on with their day.
Dude, fucking dream.
It put me at peace
It's so.
for a brief moment.
And for that minute, I
Yeah.
experienced bliss.
I just felt relaxed.
Yeah,
I should say,
it's.
so we're getting towards the end of the podcast
what were you gonna
today.
say?
I do need to cover two things. So, as always, the word of the week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're doing bits now.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
you did this game.
We're doing the word
Yeah.
of the week.
Yeah, what's the word of the week?
Drizzle.
Drizzle.
Why
Drizzle.
Why drizzle?
I just like the word.
Is it fun? As it
It
comes out of your
it's a
mouth?
fun word. It's like if you
Little
walk outside,
drizzle?
oh, look a little drizzle, or it's like, hey, can I get some sauce? You're like, you want a little drizzle? Like, can you just drizzle that on there? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Little drizzle of caramel.
I love
sauce
the
in
word.
there.
I like the word drizzle.
I don't say that word a lot.
Drizzle.
Drizzle. That's probably my first time saying that word in like 10 years.
Tay doesn't eat salads. He doesn't drink lattes. There's no context for him to use the
Yeah,
word
that,
drizzle.
Is that in my
what does he ever
vocabulary?
drizzle? Maybe some barbecue sauce, but he's gonna like.
No, but if he's
Tay's
using
gonna
barbecue sauce,
slather.
yeah, that's exactly what I was
he's
gonna
gonna
say.
freaking
I don't like
slather.
that word. Okay, this is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be words you like, words I don't like. Next week, this is a word I don't like.
What's a word you don't like?
It's not PG.
Moist.
Yeah, I don't like moist.
Moist.
I don't like moist. I've grown to be okay with moist, mostly because I'm annoyed at the meme. So I'm like,
Or
Yeah.
orgy. I don't like that word at all.
you don't like the word orgy? I don't blame you. It is
That's-
kind of a non-sexy word
Sounds
to describe
Oral.
it.
Huh?
That's a.
You said
I like it. I like it.
You know what words I really hate? The words that have two soft R's right next to each other, like rural. Like
Yeah.
Rural.
say it. Say
rule?
what the fuck is
Rural.
that? What the fuck is that word?
What?
Rural. I can't say it.
No.
I sound like Scooby-Doo when I say it.
I had a very say it, is it
Rural.
Arkansas and Kansas?
Arkansas
That's a big
and
issue.
Kansas, yeah.
They spell
I
the
actually
same.
know the etymology of that. They're two different languages. One is Germanic, one is Latin. That's why they're pronounced different.
Arkansas sounds like a sauce.
It does sound like
Throw
a
some
sauce.
Arkansas on this.
You're gonna drizzle some Arkansas on
Can I
this
get
meat?
some Arkansas on this? Can I get an extra packet of Arkansas, please?
It sounds like something you put in the yard.
It's like, hey, just put that Arkansas on the cans. It
does sound like something.
It sounds like a manure or something.
Like, what is it, mulch? Is it?
I gotta go to Home Depot get some Arkansas.
Kill me.
Gonna drizzle some
I need
Arkansas on
10
my lawn.
What's wrong
I need
with
10
this?
pounds of Arkansas.
You got that Arkansas brand there.
The school janitor comes and throws some Arkansas and some puke.
What is that stuff?
I don't know.
It's
so
Arkansas.
little.
That's what it
You make
is.
someone think that's Arkansas because I don't know what the name of that is.
I don't know. I know my uncle was a custodial personnel at a school, and he used that shit all the time. It's like magic. I don't know what the fuck it is. Might as well call it Arkansas.
It sucks.
It used to be chips, right? Like wood chips before, and now it's like some pink powder.
Yeah, just
Is it salt or something?
And the
know what the
situation's
fuck it
always
is.
the same. They get on the knees a little bit. Just scrape it up. It's always the same. I would stand up and show the people how they do it, but it's always the same.
Let's go. We need to go to school and then ask them, like, hey,
I can just
what is
Google.
it?
I got the fucking internet right here.
What's that stuff you put on vomit?
what is that stuff you put on vomit?
What's the last time you guys threw up?
The last time we did Suffer Shot.
You threw up?
Or the first time. The first time we did
it,
Suffer
yeah.
Shot.
It's called Smellless, and it's
I don't
What
like
is
that
it?
word.
What is it called?
Smellies.
Smellus?
It's like
That can't be real, can it?
it's called
Smellless.
SMELLA.
Talking about Lord of the Rings for some reason. Lord Smellus.
You had to throw the smellus into to the mountain.
Bring me Smellless. It's SMELLEZE.
I don't like the word sulfur.
Yeah, that's one of the words. Sulfur.
That's what sulfur is. What smellus would probably sell. Can you buy it off Amazon?
Yeah.
Dude, let's buy some.
Why?
I don't know.
How do you spell Smellus? Is it Smellus?
Smellus. Dude, you know what it looks like? You know what that looks like?
Smellus.
It looks like the purple stuff from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
The ooze bottle?
The ooze bottle. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's a very obscure reference, but I know
No, it's
exactly
not.
what
People know what that is.
Look at this picture that they put.
No way.
No way! Show that to the
Amazon?
camera. Dude, it's a girl with like a tummy ache next to the bottle.
She's like,
Oh!
They're like, act like you're sick.
Can you give us a couple of shots of you just going,
drizzle some smellies on this vomit.
smelly? That's
Dude,
French.
what?
That's the French version.
What
Type
happened?
of smell.
Is that a dead rat? Was it kill the smell?
What the fuck?
Dude, today
That was on some weird.
today was the Jekyll and
episode.
Hyde episode of the Drunken Ship Podcast.
Yeah, what the
Just night and day.
Not in there.
day
This is
and
why
night.
we might be bipolar, all three of us.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, that's a great name.
bipolar?
Keep that in mind.
All right.
Alright.
Will do.
Alright.
Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
Yeah.
That was a note to me.
Yeah.
Do you know that's the weirdest thing that when I edit, sometimes I forget because I edit like 2 or 3 days after we
That's a
record.
fantastic name. Sorry, but go on.
No, you're good. I just forget that I talk to myself while I edit, and sometimes I'll be like listening to us in the background while I like wait for something to cut, and then I hear, "Hey Brian, do this," and I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck." It's scaring
Listen to
myself.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're editing, it's super bizarre.
So you have one bit. You'd like
The other one?
drizzle? Yeah.
All right, Tay, I'm glad you're here this week. I have to finish off the podcast this week. I'm gonna ask you a question, and either if you agree with it, you have to argue why you agree with it. If you don't agree with it, you have to disagree with it. So here's the question.
Wait, hold on. So if I disagree, I gotta explain.
You have to defend your stance.
Yeah,
whether
defend
you
your
agree-
stance if you like it or dislike it, and why you. Yeah, Brian, don't say anything.
Okay.
All right, Tay. Yeah. So Tay and Bryan, I'm being serious. Do not say anything.
Right now,
No. Tay. So all right, you get all the powers of Superman, right?
Nope. No, we're stopping.
No.
This.
Hey, come on. No. Come on. Tay, you get all the powers.
What?
You gain all the powers of Superman, right?
That's sad.
Dude, give me a Superman like that. Where he has a crippling, like, he has some kind of crippling
character.
Yeah, where he's doing so good. What Superman is actually
completely
like?
unredeemable flaw.
Yeah, what's his fucking name? What's his name? Homelander is the very flawed Superman.
Oh yeah, that is the metaphor.
He's a fucking terrible person.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's an abusive narcissistic. Yeah, he's a god among men.
A god among men.
I didn't finish that, by the way.
Neither did I. I did saw the breast milk though. That was weird.
Testing rules. All right.
It's fucking sniffing.
Yeah. What kind of question was that?
That might not make it into the final edit.
Yeah,
Take that out. I didn't feel comfortable with it.
I thought I was gonna get Tay because I was gonna give him the power of Superman.
I don't mean Jack.
That's a funny question, though.
I have my priorities.
That's such a funny question.
It is a funny question. But
it makes it better if this was one day of the year.
Like when I got hacked, like Superman, then he's a pedophile. This goes down. What the fuck?
I initially asked that question on Discord and asked like,
that was a question?
yeah, I asked some people. It was like, okay, you get all the powers of Superman, but you never act on them, so you're just like, fuck. You're just flying around and you're like,
we were just watching this fucking alligator video, and he pops out with that shit. Or watching.
I don't know what made me think
that was
of
the
that.
Underdog movie. We're watching.
I think it was an Underdog movie.
He just pops out with that shit, and I was like, Crockett, you make it very hard to be your friend sometimes.
Underdog. How did you remember?
Because I asked you a question and you're like,
that's not the question that you asked.
look, he doesn't act on it, but that's why he does all the nice things. Because he's trying to make up for something so evil inside of him.
You can find us on Twitter at _ the Drunken Ship. We release the podcast every Tuesday at noon. And Crocker, where can they find you at?
You can find.
Eastern
I don't know if they can. I don't know if people find me this week.
Maybe they shouldn't find me.
You can find me at cyber_calamity at Twitter, and you can find me at cybercalamity on Twitch.
How about you, Tay?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. Tay's fucking nowhere, and I respect that. You can find me on Twitter at _Bryan. You can find me on Twitter at BryanRchija, and you can find me on Twitch at BryanBrowny. And like I said, we release every Tuesday at noon. Check out the Discord link to join our community if you're interested in hanging out in a relatively safe space.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, there's a side note too as well. I put in my list a PS Insight video. I
might
PS Insight on hold. It's not gonna go away. It's kind of hard to manage.
Yeah,
a little bit. So.
Just with everything that's going on.
So it's not something doing it now, but you'll notice when it happens. But it's not going away. It'll still be there. Just
word.
Give me some time to rest.
You got some good shit for us?
Huh?
You got some shit for us?
No, I mean it's hard to manage, but I'm saying like if I don't produce in a while, it's nothing to be concerned about. I'm just telling you. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. So thank you guys all for listening, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you guys.